We welcome the participants of the conference. We are third-year students of the Omsk branch of the Financial University under the government of the Russian Federation, Varakina Maria and Kabimuldinova Amina. We would like to present to you our scientific work on the topic traditional and innovative methods of learning foreign languages, applications, SWOT analysis, and ways of optimization. In the process of globalization and in the era of international integration, interaction between people is an integral part, so learning foreign languages is an important direction in the development of society. This indicates the growing role of a foreign language as a means of communication. In the process of learning foreign languages, different learning methods are used, which in turn differ from each other in the level of development and the techniques used. Therefore, the topic of innovation is important and existing in the education system and in particular in the process of learning foreign languages. The modern methodology of learning languages offers a wide range of approaches, concepts, and methods of learning, both traditional and innovative. At the same time, each of the methods and approaches has its own advantages and disadvantages, where success of which depends on goals and conditions.
There are many traditional methods of learning foreign language which are quite effective in certain conditions. Often the traditional way of teaching language is understood as the grammar translation method. This method is also called the classical traditional method, which began to take shape in the 18th century. This method is based on a systematic study of grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, as well as building skills of translation. The application of this technique involves the completion of phrases and sentences according to the example based on grammatical knowledge, writing dialogues, and the subsequent memorization, translation and retelling of text, learning some words on topics, doing grammar exercises, and etc. One of the significant disadvantages of the grammar translation method is the possible formation of language barrier, since a person simply combines words according to the learned rules. The advantage of this technique is that with its help, fundamental knowledge of a foreign language is formed. One of the main traditional methods of learning foreign language is an audiolingual approach. Within the framework of this method, language is considered as a means of oral communication. The basic of learning is oral speech, regardless of the purpose of the study. The founders of the audiolingual approach believed that the best way to learn a foreign language is imitation, repetition, and creation by analogy. Serious disadvantages of this approach are the training of oral speech without relying on the basic and meaning of the phenomenon being studied, and the low level of written communication skills.
In addition to traditional methods of learning foreign languages, there are a large number of innovative methods that allow people to acquire new knowledge and skills in a short time. Let's look at the most popular of them. The possibility of sleep learning has been known for decades. Scientists believe that in a dream the human brain works in a special way, and this helps to remember audio information. Today, technologies makes it possible to apply these methods in practice. To do this, you just need to turn on the educational audio recording on your laptop or headphones and go to bed in a comfortable environment. With the development of information technology, many communication channels have appeared that allow people to communicate around the world. On special websites or in various social networks, it is possible to communicate with foreigners and at the same time practice a foreign language. Some people who want to improve their written communication skills can register on post-crossing sites and exchange letters by mail with foreign acquaintances. However, this method takes a lot of time to deliver a letter and requires financial costs. The method of communicating with foreigners through social networks or mail is called post-crossing.
Today, many people use the social network Instagram around the world. There are a lot of interesting foreign blogs of famous and ordinary people here, which are interesting not just to watch but also to read. This allows students to practice in the perception of a written and oral living language. In addition, the quick translation feature on Instagram gives an opportunity to recognize an unknown word or phrase. People often use the 1500 word and 200 expressions methods to master a foreign language at the everyday level. The author of this technique claims that mastering elementary grammar and learning 1500 basic words and 200 expressions is enough for daily communication in a foreign language. This is one of the simplest and the most primitive ways of learning a language. The human brain perceives information with the help of pictures, that is, it forms images associated with situation and knowledge known to it. This is how the associative method appeared, which is increasingly used in learning foreign language. This approach allows students to memorize words, phrases, or rules by creating images that are known to them.
In order to form certain skills in learning a foreign language, the storytelling technique is used. This method is based on a scenario, a problem situation, or some events. These stories capture the listener's attention, affect emotion and feeling, and at the same time have a certain structure. Storytelling is aimed at developing communicative, auditory, and grammatical skills in a foreign language and also contributes to the development of human creative abilities. Storytelling is the art of real or fictional event in words, images, and sounds. Another innovative method of language learning is the project method. The student independently determines in the form the project will be completed. The finished project is presented in a foreign language. The feature of this method lies in the fact that during the preparation there is an immersion in the research topic. This technique is interesting of obtaining and accumulating new experience and can also be of a competitive nature which motivates for a deeper study of a topic. We have considered only some innovative methods of learning foreign languages since educational technologies develop along with scientific and technological progress. The ways of learning are undergoing change and transforming, developing on the conditions and environment.
As part of the research, a sociological survey was conducted among students. The purpose of this survey was to understand which methods of learning are the most popular and effective, as well as to identify the main problems of various methods of learning foreign languages. The results of the research showed that not all methods are equally effective. Let us take a close look at the responses of the respondents. Answer to the question, what approach to learning a foreign language is used in your educational institution? Developed in the most unexpected way. The absolute majority of votes was given to the traditional approach. On the one hand, this indicates that a well-established structure has developed in the education system. A working plan has been formed, which is duplicated from year to year. Educational materials have been created, etc. On the other hand, the predominance of traditional methods indicates that a stagnation has arisen in the education system. There is no tendency to develop and search for new ways of presenting the necessary educational material. This provokes an unsatisfactory attitude on the part of students and, as a result, reduced academic performance.
The results of the research show to respondents who are dissatisfied with the level of knowledge gained in the process of traditional education and who want to improve their communication skills are forced to look for new ways of learning. This requires additional time and financial cost. The most popular are such innovative methods of learning foreign languages as Instagram surfing, post crossing, storytelling, where 1,500 words and 200 expressions methods, design and associative methods. Such a distribution of words is not surprising. In the age of high technology, most popular are absorbed by a global network called the Internet. People draw information from various internet sources 24/7, find interesting commercial offers, including in the field of learning foreign languages, and respectively prefer advanced digital learning technologies would allow them to develop at a convenient time and at a comfortable pace. The question arises, why is the traditional approach still predominantly used in the education system if it brings the least result? What are the pros and cons of traditional and innovative methods of learning foreign languages? The answer to the first question is quite logical. The current education system, to a greater extent, this applies to state budgetary institutions, is regulated by countless normative documents, the boundaries of which make it difficult or even do not allow the use of modern digital technologies. The second reasonable cause is the lack of provision of education institutions with a necessary number of computers, projectors, etc., or their inadequate condition. The mentioned problem is connected, first of all, with insufficient volumes of financing. The third reason is the conservative view of education formed by the older generation under the influence of numerous factors, which include, for example, perennial professional experience and a well established idea of productivity of classical approaches to the assimilation of information. Summarizing all of the above, we can make a SWOT analysis of traditional methods of learning foreign languages.
SWOT analysis of traditional methods of learning foreign language. Straight. First, education of such personal qualities as discipline, responsibility, diligence. Second, lack or meagerness of financial cost on the part of students. Third, guaranteed strong, systematic and deep knowledge, skills and abilities. For permanent staff, like brain drain, and as a result, the consistency and continuity of the educational process. And 5, a set of necessary resources, equipment, methodological materials, and so on for the implementation of educational activities. Weaknesses. First, high fatigue of both students and teachers. Second, low interest and motivation of students and as a result, reduction in academic performance. 3. Low efficiency, slow development of communication skills and analytical abilities. 4. Collective alignment of students, lack of individual development, and last, lack of a flexible schedule of classes. Opportunities of traditional methods. First, synthesis of classical methods of teaching and innovative approaches. Implementation of students' project activities, attendance the thematic seminars with native speakers, exchange studies abroad, and so on. Second, development of the distance education system. And third, transmission of information in the form of structured, visually beautiful presentation, for example, abstracts, tables, figures. And threats of traditional methods. 1. Gradual aging and professional burnout of the teaching staff. 2. Lack of influx of young, highly qualified, talented specialists. 3. Reducing the total volumes of financing. And 4. The growth of the competitive advantage of innovative methods of learning foreign languages. Obviously, the traditional approach to learning foreign language is outdated. Autolingual approach, grammar translation method is, of course, a classic of education. However, the high competitive environment and the proven effectiveness of new approaches to learning foreign languages necessitate a competent combination of these approaches and the current education system. The process of learning foreign language is designed to form students' ability to participate in a direct and indirect dialogue of cultures, improve in a foreign language, and use it to deepen their knowledge in various fields of science, technology, and social life. What are the advantages of innovative methods of learning foreign languages? What are the factors that cause genuine interest of students? It's possible to completely replace traditional approaches with innovative ones. Let us answer this question by compiling thought analysis of innovative methods of learning foreign languages.
Strengths. First, individual approach to training. Second, flexibility of learning, the ability to master information at a convenient time and a comfortable pace. Third, highly qualified staff, talented specialists. Fourth, mostly reasonable prices, allowing people from different social strata to improve their knowledge of foreign languages. Fifth, optimal resources costs, price quality ratio. Sixth, variability of tasks and approach stimulating the development of analytical skills. Seventh, high level of service. Eighth, beautiful graphic information contributing to the quick memorization of large amounts of information. And ninth, developed marketing communication channels. Weaknesses. First, the need of frequent checks of the technical condition of equipment and software. Second, possible technical problems. Third, some age restrictions. For example, difficulties mastering IT technologies, lack of a small phone or laptop, lack of a stable internet connection. Fourth, financial costs for the creation and operation of a mobile application, if any. And fifth, financial costs for advertising. Opportunities. First, the possibility of rapid adoption and application of new technologies. Second, attracting new customers by providing discounts, loyalty programs, etc. Third, participation in various nominations and grants for financial support of business in this area. Fourth, expansion of communication and advertising channels, for example, collaboration with bloggers, work with ambassadors, native advertising, etc. Fifth, dissemination of pedagogical experience. And sixth, extensive and intensive expansion of services. Threats. First, economic crisis caused by an unstable political situation or corona crisis, consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. Second, tightening the taxation system, a sharp increase in inflation. Third, reduction in demand caused by the oversaturation of a market with educational services. And fourth, tougher competition in the market for the provision of educational services. Analyzing the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats of traditional and innovative methods of learning foreign languages, at first glance it may seem that innovative approaches are leading in most positions. Indeed, the disadvantages of innovation are not so significant. Technical problems are solvable and short-term financial costs are justified and affordable for most people. The level of knowledge is high, motivation to study is stable, and willingness to innovate is constant. However, do not forget that everyone has different needs, amounts of free time, and interest. Therefore, the choice of the optimal method of learning foreign languages is an exclusively individual process. The effectiveness of teaching method varies from person to person and also from activity to activity. In our opinion, it is the combination, optimization of traditional and innovative methods of study that can bring the best result and help open up new horizons for achieving the goals. Our report is over. Thank you for attention. If you have any question, please contact one of the speakers listed on the slide.